Well, welcome to the first quarter of 2020 update. Shortly after I did my last video to you in January, I started to get a little concerned about potentially news, not COVID, but some sort of news in the last month of the quarter. I kind of started to see some things that told me that, you know what, it'd be nice to have a little cash to work with. I was thinking that, what my thinking at the time was that you were going to have 2 months of good earnings reports after that wonderful Christmas season we had. But then I felt like March, there wouldn't be anything to drive the market and that we would probably get a correction. So in January, toward late January, I did sell. I don't know, I brought the portfolios up to about 35% cash. So I'd have some cash to work with. Thank God I did, because things changed rapidly. Let me explain that. First off, we didn't see a recession coming. No one could see that. And see a depression coming, because that's not what's happening. What we have is a cessation, a total cessation of our economy. And that's not something that's predictable, nor something that I think anyone would. Now, some people tell me, yeah, I would have sold in January. Well, I did sell some, but the bottom line is that I get that all the time from people. I think I'd sell. I think I'd sell. Every time the market goes through an all-time high, I think I'd sell. I think I'd sell. Well, a stopped clock is right twice a day, because eventually that ends up being right. But if you act on it every time, guess what happens? You end up with not ever being invested, and you miss all the results that the market gives you. But the good news is that I have been working my behind off during this quarter with everything that's happened with COVID-19. I have repositioned just about everything we own. I actually grouped all the accounts into three separate pools: under 50,000, through 50 to 350,000, and then above 350,000. The first two groups, everything under 350,000, with a few exceptions, because I had some things in some of those accounts that I couldn't really do this. I've repositioned them completely, 100% turnover, with a whole new set of investments that I think are the way to go right now. In fact, today, the market's up like 2.5%, and our portfolios are up 8.5%. So obviously I did something right there. But the other portfolios that are above the $350,000 mark, I'm hand trading those. And this is all a result of getting some new software. I've made my son Andrew the head of trading, and I had him get trained on this trading software. And what it allows me to do is to block these accounts together for trading purposes, so that I can then share some of these block trades and the better deals we get across all the accounts. So big benefit. And it also saves me a ton of time. So my time is spent literally on the hand traded accounts, the ones above 350. I have like 66 of those. I'm able to work on those accounts more directly. And so those accounts didn't get a wholesale change out, but they did get a significant change done to them, because they owned a lot more than the other portfolios did in the first place. So you're going to see a lot of activity. You don't need to go look at your accounts while they're down. However, right now the market's just above 23, bouncing off of 18. So we've had some good results coming back, but I don't know where this is going to go and when we're going to get released. So my news to you is just sit tight. Let me do my work. I think you're going to be happy with the result. And this is going to end. That's the beauty of this one. We know it's going to end, and we're going to get back to our normal lives. And when we do, all this business that was postponed is going to be pent up. Think of the hospitals, all the operations, the elective surgeries that got pushed off. All of those are going to end up at the hospital now getting done, cataracts and knee surgeries, and it's going to be just one after another after another. All these festivals that got canceled, they didn't get canceled, they got postponed. So you're going to see a lot of activity going on, and I think the economy is going to do really well as a result of that. But we'll see. I've learned a lot during this last quarter, and I've applied a lot of what I've learned. And I'm going to have to be pretty active this year, because I know that I want to ride out the things that I bought the whole time permanently. I think they're just the way to go right now. And as soon as they get back up close to their all-time highs, I'm likely to switch out again. So bottom line is that I'm very active. I've learned a lot, and I just want you to be confident that everything's going well. I'm actually really pleased with the results we've gotten. I think you're going to see it at the end that we actually got ahead of the market because of the selling I did and then the ultimate buying that I did. So until next quarter, keep your head screwed on. I'll be back to talk to you, and be looking for my emails. I've sent quite a few out, and thank you for the replies that I get, giving me confidence in what I'm doing, because sometimes I'm human too, and it's nice to hear. So thanks. You have a great one.